Hello. I'm not sure who on here yet because I can't see her, but welcome to nobody. Anyway, I'm keep going. And I was late. I was supposed to be here at 12:30, but I want to say thank you to everyone who joined me on my vision with my vision. Um this is the Healing Garden tour. The Healing Garden is a building, a glass building. Um I envision it as being a space where we all can come and gather together and eat off the land, um, eat off the land, and it's gonna be self-sufficient. I guess if we have like we use the sunlight for the lake. Um, I'm not gonna eat meat anymore. I said that I'm gonna give up eating meat. I'm not sure what you guys' plans would be as far as I gotta fix this light. Trying. It's okay, the light doesn't work. Oh, there we go. All right. You guys over on here that's recorded, thank y'all for joining me. Um, I started, I guess I need to start back over. um, the Healing Garden tour was a vision I had about because it's a building, really, literally. I envisioned it many years ago, a glass building where similar to this room, but without all of the walls there, just glass. And we would live off the land. I'm sorry to the people over here. I need to use the camera. I was gonna put you guys on my phone, but I couldn't. So I could, but I don't want to because I want to save this. The Healing Garden is a building, and I imagine us farming land and eating off the land, living off the land, and it's a place where people can come and actually heal. I'm gonna get out the way because I know the healing journey can be hard, and I actually went on it on my own. Hence the Healing Garden tour. Um, yeah, this is why I started the tour. Um, and I know you guys probably wondering why I got about me there because this journey is about me. I mean, I don't know what you guys, what kind of journey you are with yourself or where you are in your life, but I envisioned this space full with people. I didn't write anything. I wasn't going to because I usually let the Lord lead me. So this morning, I made a plan. I came up with a plan, an idea about what this should be like. Actually, I had a vision, and it was like, it's all about you. And I was like, what? Yeah, my healing journey, my walk, my freedom path. For years, I was trapped. I lived my life for other people, my whole entire life. The house that I live in is huge, a big empty space. I bought it for my family. And when it got fixed, I'm going to get into that. When it got fixed, though, everybody used the space for themselves. So I became a real estate agent back in 2019. And everything for me was about branding. And I branded myself. I had so many different names, so many different logos. April Baker, the deal maker. April Baker. First, it was April Baker. She's a household name. April Baker, the realtor, was the first one. And then it was April Baker. She's a household name. And that stuck because I was like, how do you become a household name? I bought this, man, I should have brought it. I bought a banner and I don't even have a picture of it. So that's me, April Baker. Nice to meet you guys. This is my life. I know these pictures are old because the Healing Garden, the space that I envision is a place where we can go and actually heal. And my life was full of confusion, full of mess. The only thing that saved me was my children. I grew up in a neighborhood where everybody sat on the steps, strung out on drugs and having sex with the whole neighborhood. I grew up in a family full of about 17 people, my aunts, my uncles, my sisters, my brothers. And so many ways I was sheltered. I couldn't go outside. I used to have to stay in the house and babysit my sisters and my brothers. And that was at a young age. I was 10, 7, 8. My mother used to work. We had the top floor, and there was 3 floors in there. We had the top floor. My only escape, let me not fast forward. We had the top floor. I grew up in West Baltimore, Whitelock and Cal Low. The trenches. Whew. 17 people in one house. My mother had 6 kids. Actually, it was 2 families on the 3rd floor. At that time, my mother had 4 kids. My mother had the front room. My cousins and I and my sisters, we shared the middle room. It was about 2 sets of bunk beds. There was like 2 kids on the bottom, 1 on top, 2 kids. It's crazy. Fast forward from that, because I can get lost in that story. You know, let me just say this though. I was the lightest kid on the block, the lightest kid in the in the neighborhood. I tell you, I got mystery. I was skinny. I wish I had a picture of me then, but I got this here because this is the message. I was skinny. And when I tell you they mistreated me, I was bullied, I got beat up, I got robbed, kicked, touched, everything. That's a whole story. I do have a talk show on Facebook that I actually stopped, but I'll get into that. It's called Live Talk with April. You guys show them the history, you'll be able to see it. But this is what prompted my healing journey. I had to go down memory lane. Google, you have photos. So I had to go down my photos and look through the photos. Oh my God, almost died. I had to go down and look through the photos, and I did, right? I went down, and these were the photos that stood out because this is what prompted my healing journey. This is why I'm here. And I'm going to keep going despite. I appreciate the people online who actually booked a ticket. My own family didn't even pay, but that's okay. I still have to do this because I know my story is going to change somebody's life, right? So I'm going to continue to move forward with what this is for me. The first picture is my children, my twins, my dad. Whew. It's put tears in your eyes. It's my dad. He's no longer here. My best friend. This is around the time that I actually got to meet him again. And he saw his 14-year-old daughter. I was actually 15. The boys were 1. His 14-year-old daughter with a set of twins, which was probably devastating. He was in jail, been in jail my entire life, maybe. I grew up with two dads, and both of them dead. That's a story in itself. But this is the healing journey. Um, Hold on, guys. I gotta see if well, nobody joined me. I'm not even mad. They see me every day. I have a Facebook page. I have a TikTok, Instagram, a book, and reserved the room back on May the 14th when I first started promoting this a month ago. And this is what it is. But this is not for anybody else. This is for me to get out of my own way. My next event is in Hilton, South Carolina. I think people wanted me to just be like, oh, I'm not gonna make it. I can't do it. I'm not in that energy anymore. I'm different. I'm very different now. I'm truly April Baker, the divine goddess. This was the old me. 14-year-old teen mom with a set of twins. No direction. I had nobody to tell me how to be a mother. But I know with everything in me, God chose me to do this. God chose me to raise those children. God sent them to save me because everybody that I grew up with is still sitting on the steps, that we actually grew up, the neighborhood we grew up in. I moved out. When I had my children, I moved out when I was 19. I started that live talk with April talk show, and it was all about breaking the generational curse, right? Everybody in my family had a teenage pregnancy. When I tell you there were 17 people living in one house, 17 people living in one house. I moved out when I was 19. I'm 47. I haven't been back. No plans on going back. Nobody in my family has ever done this. I'm in Charlotte. I still have my house in Baltimore. I plan on moving real soon. I'm not sure where. I'm traveling the country to find out where. I have something to say. I started with the talk show. This is day one of whatever this is going to be. I chickened out in Tennessee. Even though it didn't rain and I could have did it in the park, I didn't go. But the show must go on. Teenage mother, this is the story. This is what I had to heal from. A teenage mother, 14. My dad was in jail 14 years. I was 15 when I met my dad again. I met him when I was 6. My aunt made me throw some pennies. He brought me some pennies because he was strung out on drugs. My aunt made me throw the pennies in his face and told him not to ever come back. That prompted this. This man was in and out of jail because at that time I was his only child. And at that time I had 2 dads. That picture was actually in 1993. This is from Canva this morning. I rushed it together. The second picture was me taking my daughter on her birthday trip. I was 400 pounds, 386 pounds, I believe, 85 pounds. I was married to a sick man, blind. This is probably the worst moment of my life right here. But you couldn't tell. I hid it. You couldn't tell that. I was hurt, but you could see it. You could see 400 pounds, that's unhappy. Not only was I unhappy, I was in pain. I was hurting. My body was sore. I couldn't move. Fast forward 2011. Actually, June the 23rd. I don't even know. June the 23rd, we got married. When I tell you my daughter was like, no, you can't marry him. No. His daughter was going crazy. I don't want you to marry him. My son, who moved out when he was 15 because he couldn't take it, he was like, nah, don't marry him. When I tell you, this day was the worst day of my life. June the 23rd, 2011. The worst day of my life. But God will send you the signals. I had signals. The man was blind, he was sick. I should have left, but I did. The house. I bought the house because I'm like, I was watching HGTV. I'm like, oh, we can fix it up. This is the first day that I bought the house. We can fix it up. I had the worst agent in the world. When I pulled up to my house, the agent was with the inspector so that he can lie to me and tell me little things, minor things was wrong. And the way my intuition is set up, but I didn't understand it at the time. What year was that? 2014. I don't know why it says 2002, but I went down Google and this is what Google was showing me. And I was like, wow, this is the story. 2014. Bought the house November 2014. November must be a bad month for me. November the 22nd is when I bought the house with my family in mind because we have a huge family. I'm the oldest. So I'm like, we're going to have big parties. We're going to do this. The house took a year to get fixed. But when I pulled up and that inspector and the agent was out front, everything in me was like, walk away. But I didn't. Worst mistake I ever made. The house is still a mess. But this house, and me, I should have put a picture of my husband who was in the hospital for a whole year in 2019. Every single step, except when my children were born, the worst mistake I ever made in my life. My children saved me from everything that I ever been through. I got off the steps because I had the twins. Even though I was 14, they saved my life. I got off the steps. And then my whole life I worked to take care of them. So that made me a different person. But I had a plethora of men fluctuating in my life, stream falling, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. The worst mistake I ever made. This house, though, prompted me to be a real estate agent because, for one thing, I wanted to escape this pain with my husband that he was in jail for a year and I wasn't doing anything different for myself. I was doing everything for him. So now I'm a real estate agent. I'm a realtor in Baltimore City. I don't know what's going to happen with this video. Fell in love with it. Anything to get me away from him, I was in love with being a real estate agent. I give. I'm a giver. I'm an empath. So my intuition is, whew, especially now since I went on my healing journey. So 2019, March, I don't know why I said 2009, you guys. I had to find these pictures, okay? And I was rushing this morning to put this together because I'm like, how this gonna work? I've been promoting this for a month. I'm mad and empty, but this is what's supposed to be, and I'm not even mad. I'm not bothered, really. I'm not. I'm a real estate agent. Still giving. If you ever met me in person and we walking and we talking and I was your agent, it's different. I'm telling you, I know I said something to you to change your life. If you ever was next to me, because this is my gift, I didn't know that I had it. I met a lot of narcissistic men in my life, even my dad, both of them. I didn't post the other one. He's dead. I never spent time with him. It's not even going to be discussed. This video here, right here, you guys, I don't know if you guys are on the StreamYard app or not. I don't know. Because every time I come here, it says 0. If you're out there, that's fine. If you're not, that's fine too. I get it. It makes sense. I'm just using this screen for this board. And actually, I might can just, if I can move this screen. Nope. So I'm gonna hit the exit. I don't know if you guys are here. I haven't seen anybody. Say hi, something. Y'all paid for us. I really don't care. I appreciate y'all. Y'all actually paid for this room. Y'all could have said some more to pay for the hotel, but it's cool. I'm just so proud of myself for doing this. So it's cool. I'm gonna have to leave y'all. This is the video. Let me go back. I want to see if it's gonna play. It wouldn't play. It's for good. That video is a video from 2021. I thought it was a video, but it's not. It's actually, if you guys, I'm not going to show it because I think it probably wasn't meant to show. The video I saw this morning, I had tears in my eyes. I didn't even know, but Google captures all of your memories. The video was of me and my ex, the narcissist. This one was, I didn't even know what a narcissist was, I'm telling you, until I met this person. Even though all of the relationships I was in was with a bunch of narcissistic men. I didn't know, because I didn't know who I was at the time. This, the one where I had the black shirt on and tears falling down my eyes, that changed my life. That made me into the person that I am right now. That made me into the person that I am right now. That changed me. I was crying in this video. And I told, this is because when you with a narcissist, this is a part of this healing. When you with a narcissist, I'm an empath. They are drawn to us. This person, he made me feel like a queen in the beginning. And then he asked me for a favor. This is the trick. Hey, could you do this for me? I was home. I went to his house. I lived 45 minutes from where he lived at. He wanted me to drive all the way back over there. My husband used to smoke marijuana every day. I said, oh, no, I don't want to date nobody that smoked marijuana. He tricked me. He smoked marijuana. I let him in. I said, all right, I'll take you over there. All the way back there. All the way back. 45 minutes. The sex was amazing. I haven't had sex in 6 years when my husband was sick. That in the way he loved me. Because when my husband and I were together, there was no love. He didn't love me. There was no love. Yeah. And then I saw myself crying. Then I saw myself speak. And he walked by in the video and was like, let me tell you something. You know, he called me 2 days ago that asked me to help him, and I did, because that's how nice I am. I know what's going on. And I know everybody was intending for me not to show up, but I did. It wasn't for you all, it was for me. I really appreciate you all for spending your money. This is going to be recorded, so you'll get to watch it. I was going to not show up, but God said, show up because it's for you. Moments from your life, I was in tears, begging him. He hurt me. I said, why did you do this to me? You broke my heart. I loved you. This was a reminder not to allow people like that in your space ever again. But I did. I let him in. I let him in my space. I let him abuse me and use me because that's what he did. He used me. He used me for whatever he needed me for in those moments. I wonder why I can't make this screen move. I guess I gotta be on the other. So yeah, used and abused. That's that. Fast forward. That wasn't 2024. That was 2021. This is 2024. Him and I, we broke up November 2022. I've been single since November 2022, which is good for me. I have never been single ever since I started dating at 14. Never been single. I always had somebody in my life, a person connected to me because I didn't know how to be alone. I didn't know how to go to the store by myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't know who I was. I had to find me. No. No. Let me just see this. Well, you know what? I stopped. I was gonna go on Facebook, but I'm not. But I'm gonna record it 'cause I'm so proud of myself. If you know, you guys on here, y'all know me. Most of y'all know me. A few of y'all paid, but y'all just paid because I can't believe I'm here. I'm kind of pissed that the room is empty, but not really because I wasn't ready. But this is like day one of the rest of my life. getting me ready for where I'm going because now I feel the energy and it's different. So I'm gonna post this on Patreon, but I need to make this 50 minutes or less. All right. Hi. Okay. This is the day when I finally released. I even released friends on this day. One friend in particular. Actually, I cut everybody off. When I was on my healing journey, I had to cut off everybody because I was hurting. I was hurting and I was lashing out at people. I always tell a story about when I was on this journey, when him and I disconnected because my husband died January 11th, 2020. I met this man April the 8th, 2020. So tell you I was never alone. I didn't know how to be alone. I wasn't out here sleeping around. I kept fixing these broken relationships, going backwards instead of just letting it go. Now I'm single. Now I know how to be alone. But in those moments, this is where the Healing Garden tour came about. I was alone and I could not, I didn't have anybody to help me. I went to therapy, that didn't work. The therapist was more crazy than my, the therapist was more crazy than I was. I think she used to get off drugs. I guess it was too much going on for her. Okay, so I left therapy. But one thing she did tell me to do was to start writing. I started writing a blog. I wrote a blog. It's on my website, www. You guys know that you guys booked this through the website, healoutloud.com. Healoutloud7714.com. So you guys booked it through the website. So you guys know what it is. I remember days sitting in my room screaming in my pillow. I couldn't go outside. I couldn't go out my room. I wouldn't eat. When that narcissist gets a hold of you and you haven't healed from everything that you've been through, I've been through a lot. And I hate to blame everything on him because I'm not. I have to take the blame for the stuff where I ran and hid and didn't do the work because it hurted so bad. I lost my husband, which was good. I was at peace. But then I realized I had went to another wedding. I went to a wedding. I was at peace. And then I remembered I used to be married, and it was like, who gonna catch the bouquet? And I went to catch the bouquet because I was single, and that hit me. And I was like, I'm single. I'm not married anymore. That hit me. And then it started weighing on me. My husband did. Because even though he was sick and he was in the hospital, he still was my husband. I was still attached to him. I didn't know how to be alone. And I was used to taking care of him every day. I used to sit on the edge of the bed. I didn't want to go to work. I used to sit on the edge of the bed and not go to work. Go to work. I had to be to work at 8. I changed my own time, made it to 9, and still was late. I hated being indoors with these people that didn't want me around them anyway, because they were intimidated by my light. They used to steal my ideas, used to blame me for everything that went wrong. And God kept telling me to leave, but I didn't. I stayed. I had all these signs, go, go, go. I used to have anxiety when I walked in there. I was scared to walk to the cafeteria. I used to bring my lunch every day, eat my lunch. But I was so lost in work with my real estate business. I used to be at work. They'd be like, we need your help. Look, I'm busy. I'm handling these houses. I just started doing all these things that didn't work. Hence this. But this is just the beginning. And I'm recording it because the room is empty. I'm not even mad. I'm a little disappointed. I know I didn't do enough promotion. This is day one. I don't care if a person ever shows up. I'm still going to do it because, one, I get to travel and see different cities. And you know, when you pray and you ask God for something, this is my prayer being answered. And I literally love to travel, love to drive, I hate flying, but I love to be out in the nature. And I find parks and I get lost in nature. I have this room till 4 o'clock. I'm going to sit here. I want to go do some reading. make this $100 back. But I'm happy because I showed up. I showed up for me. Despite what's she doing out there? And I can feel people mixing up this stuff. But guess what? Nothing can stop me. I was gonna pay them people their $100 if I booked the space. It's my purpose to speak. I finally released in nature. I changed my talk show. I started this talk show in 2020. It hasn't picked up yet, but it will. I stopped it. The last day I did my talk show was with somebody. Even if you read what that says, I didn't even read it. But this was the last day of my talk show. The person that aired this talk show with me wasn't a good person. Wished bad luck on me. Wanted to be in my space. I have nothing. She has everything, but she still doesn't like my life. And this is why all this stuff is going on. But guess what? I'm going to keep showing up until God says, okay, daughter, today I wasn't going to come. God spoke to me and said, get up and go. And I had to because I wasn't even ready for an empty room. So imagine now I broke the ice. You guys didn't even show up. Y'all paid and didn't even show up. So this is where you say disconnect from what was so that you can keep going forward to what will be. This is where you make your own lane. I made that talk show myself. It's going to be successful. April Baker is going to be a household name. When I leave here today, then it's though I did this show. I did the stood up here and did this. Those library people will never forget me. They're going to say, damn, she did that whole thing. She was in that room by herself. Yes. This is my purpose. Live Talk with April. It's going to be a hit. That last episode, I'm going to delete. I'm going to pick it back up on another website, on another Facebook. That's nobody in my family or friends will be a part of because today God showed me you can't depend on your friends and family. You got to find new ones. When you heal and you go on your journey, everybody can't come along with you, so they get mad. So what I do is now it's time to disconnect and go on to where you belong. You can't allow the person to hold you down. You can't allow to be stuck. You can't get yourself stuck. Keep holding on to what no longer serves you. You got to release it and go forward. Hence the release. And some of you guys on here know because you bought it just to see what would happen. You bought it to see who would be here. It doesn't matter. I'm here. I showed up. And I appreciate you for spending your money to watch me because your money paid for the room. I understand that. So I'm not mad at you. I'm happy you did it. But this just goes to show, wow, I'm being showed deceitful thing that, wow, do y'all understand how this gift works? This is why I had to show up. Deceitful thing that, y'all ain't even fill the seats right. Y'all should have booked up all of them. Pay for the whole slide. I would appreciate it, but it's cool. This doesn't stop. This is day one. This was the last episode on that Facebook that's going to be deleted because it's already tainted with people who really just there to watch me, praying on my downfall. Nothing stops me. All the people who pretended to be my friends and pretended that they support me, because I support people, give you my last dime. I see you now. That's crazy. Let me just tell you. You guys on here, y'all know me. I'm honest. I've always lived my life honest. I mean, have I told a little small little lie? Yeah. Nothing that I couldn't control. We all do. But on this healing journey, it's different. Everything that I do with my life is contained. And I lead my life with God. I don't make moves without God. I know God was like, I need you to go do this because then I know you're going to show up. I'm going to show up. I didn't show up in Tennessee. I was scared. But all the other events belong in the outside like they supposed to. So tomorrow, I'm going to show up at 9 a.m. I'm going to be outside. Somebody speaks to me good. If not good, I'm going to be there at 9 a.m. tomorrow because I put out an invitation and I always show up. No matter, I'm usually late, but I show up. But tomorrow I'll be there at 9 a.m. because this is different. I showed up because people need to. I make a prayer. I pray to heal the world. I pray to heal the world. I say, God, wrap your arms around the world, and that's just me talking. But if I really want to see a change, I have to show up. I have to get on the front line and say, come on, let's do this differently. God showed me 40 people being killed, 40 babies being killed during this war. I don't watch the news, so I couldn't speak to the news. But I'm going to show up. The Healing Garden Center, the Healing Garden place, will be a place where you can go and be happy and live your life in that space when you're on your healing journey. I'm going to see it come true with or without anybody. Because I know God is leading this mission. So it comes along with the integrity and the morals. I grew up in church. I'm no longer a church goer. I'm spiritual. I believe in God and I believe in people. I don't believe in all the rules. I believe in being free, being able to express yourself. Hence, my blazer, my t-shirt, my hat. I brought a hat because I said I'm going to wear my hat, but it don't match. So, but hence, create your own lane, right? I have strong morals from this church background upbringing because most of those people were spiritual, but they were trapped and they couldn't be free. So they all wore big hats and dressed real nice and sit in the church. And then when we walk out, they would talk about each other like a dog. Yeah, you seen Sister So and so sitting over there? I disconnected quickly because I was like, this ain't good. And I left and came back, left and came back. Then I found peace on my healing journey. I found peace. I'm now in my peaceful Zen mode. I have found myself, and now I'm spending my time talking about how I discovered my true peace, love, and happiness with myself. With myself, I'm not going to delete my Facebook because that's where the old me lives. I'll leave her out there. This is the new me. Free. I traveled thousands of miles since March, April, May, June, 4 months. I've been to I don't know how many cities I've been in, but I've been in 3 states. Never in my life. I've been in tons of cities. I've been all across Atlanta, Chattanooga, Nashville. I don't know where else in Nashville I've been. And across Tennessee. Now I'm in North Carolina. I might not even go home because I don't have to. I'm free. But that took me 47 years to do. And to realize right in this moment, nothing is holding me back. Nothing. Understand that. This is why the healing garden space is necessary. And this is why all of the walks will be in the park, because I found my space in nature. When I took walks in Druid Hill Park, all of that stress and those toxins that was built up in me released. This, I don't know if this video is gonna play, but that is a video. No, it's not gonna play. This is a video. I see the videos aren't playing. I didn't know that. That was a video. That was a video of a squirrel crawling up a tree. And the squirrel was getting food and going back up the tree, getting food and going back up the tree. And I was like, wow, keep building, keep growing. It's going to break. It's going to make it. That's what I took from it. Me throwing my hands in the air was me saying, I am free. Thank you, God. I'm so proud of myself for this moment. Y'all don't understand. This was a video. Golly, they wouldn't play my videos. I'm mad at them. I could get it up, but y'all wouldn't see it. I want to leave this here for y'all. I guess y'all were busy because I did just send y'all out the links. This was my first park walk when I disconnected from that person that was on that live talk with me. Atlanta Clayton County International Park. It was amazing. Even to a point where it was a snake in the water, looked like it was about to get the ducks, but the ducks didn't see it. I took that as be careful. You got snakes all around you, but you can't find them. You won't see them. So, I don't know, I'm messing my hair. So, and I love the birds. I love the ducks. Y'all know that. Y'all over here know that. So, I can't believe this was the next one when I was in Nashville, Centennial Park. I put a video on there, but they wouldn't let it play. It's fine. I know the next one I'll be with. This is good. This is like this is like a test. Getting me ready for the real thing. So I'm glad. So the red bird, I don't know if you guys can see this, is a red cardinal. I try to make this big, but it won't zoom in. Anyway, this is a cardinal. And when I was in Atlanta, I made a pact with God. I was like, man, God, if you want me to do all this stuff, you're gonna need to show me some confirmation. When I was in Centennial Park, the red bird came out nowhere. He sent the red snake to warn me in Atlanta because Atlanta was dirty. I used to get the red birds outside when I got back because I was renting an apartment in the basement. But the red birds, my confirmation to keep going, keep going, keep going. I got to Nashville, the red bird, as soon as I hit the park, parked my car, got out, boom, red bird. I was like, wow, red bird confirmation. So you pray to God and you, or whatever source you pray to. This was the speech that I gave because I was afraid to go back because I knew people was going to be there. So I didn't go. I'm like, it's about to rain. You know, God stopped the rain and was like, show up. I heard it. I didn't go. It's fine. I made it today, right? Nobody showed up. They paid me back. It's cool. Funny fact. Fun fact. I'm going to be doing park walks. I will not do another library. It wasn't even prompted for me to do it. Park walk is what I was supposed to be doing. I'm going to print some flyers out. I'm going to go to the park today, hand them out, ask people to join me tomorrow. I should have came on Thursday like I was supposed to, but I didn't. Lesson learned. But guess what? Show up. If you say you're going to do something and you feel it in your spirit to do it, I didn't want to not show up for these people because I booked their venue. Somebody else could have had this space. It's a library. I'm sure they do a lot of free things here. Show up. I did it wrong. I'm not mad. I own it. I'm kind of glad because I don't know what I would have done because I didn't have anything planned. But now I know that the videos don't work here. So I'll use PowerPoint instead. So this is a lesson. And when I go to Hilton Head, since I'm going to do it outside, I'm going to have to bring my projector. Lesson number 2. So I'm going to go on TikTok and do some readings to make my money back. But lesson learned. Thank you. I'm going to be in Freedom Park tomorrow. And the reason why when I do things, I go off of intuition or whatever. I type it in Google and I let God lead me. Led me to this library, gave me a vision to be here on Thursday. I didn't come Thursday because I hung out the night before with somebody else that I shouldn't have done, which I will never do again. I don't plan on hanging out anywhere with anybody that doesn't serve me my highest good. That wasn't serving my highest good. That causes a blockage in my life. And not only that, you got to figure out where you belong and with whom you belong with while you're on your healing journey. I use myself right here. I use myself because I can only speak to my journey. I use myself because I don't know what your journey looks like for you. And if you will be on your journey, you could be already in a healed space where you don't mind speaking to people. You don't mind being separated. And if you're in that space where you want to disconnect from people, do it. If you feel like you don't belong in these people's lives, and I didn't belong where I was at that Wednesday, and I won't be there again because I had other things to do, but I chose to do what I wanted to, and I won't do it again. So show up, get the job done. Fun fact, this is my purpose, to speak. This is where I'm happy. For years, I tried to speak and I couldn't. Even nobody in here, and but I know you guys are watching. I would be afraid to do this. I go live every day and talk to thousands of people. You know, people were begging me to come to Charlotte, come here, come there. I'm going to go where God told me to go. It won't be on the inside again. I think these are going to be summer tours. Not even that. I think that I'm going to hit these locations where they're cold now. And then when the wintertime comes, those places that stay warm is where God is going to send me. And most of my places were free except this one. So this was a big lesson. So, fun fact, this is my path to walk. I finally found my purpose. I was muted for years. Now I can see freely. I took this picture, which I will use for every event that I have. I took this picture last Tuesday. When I stayed in a park. This park is called Downs Park. It's in Maryland. I went there, I thought it was a beach. It's a dog beach. It's not a human beach. You can't even get in the water. I went there dressed in my bathing suit, but I had clothes on and I had shoes on because I was like, I'm going to walk first, then I'm going to get in the pool. I was alone. It was the most beautiful moment that I ever spent in my life. I walked the park. I sat by the water. I had my bag because I was going to do some readings. And I said, I'm not going to do any readings. I was going to say so many people's causing me blockages, but it's not. The only person that's causing me a blockage, confirmation. The only person that's causing me a blockage is me. Today, God told me to show up. Despite I knew the room was going to be empty because I felt it in my spirit. But I said I would go out and ask with the people outside join me. They wasn't supposed to. I knew it when I walked in. I saw the whole vision. But I was like, no, God, I know you're not going to fail me. God said, I'm not. I want you to walk in so that now you can structure this the right way. Now you'll understand why I chose you to do what you do. You need to see it for yourself. Then he said, record it on my phone. First, I was like, go live on Facebook. He said, no, take it off Facebook. This is so that you can watch. This is your day one. Get the cobwebs out. Now you do PowerPoint instead of Canva because the video doesn't work. And you be ready, get to the city 2 days prior so that you can make a relationship with people that you want to speak to. I got here yesterday, didn't even leave out the room. Because I don't go outside after 9 o'clock because I'm by myself. But God gave me a vision to be here Thursday. The event was supposed to be Saturday. I could have packed the building. I was supposed to make flyers and a brochure that I didn't send out. Lesson learned. Was it a waste? No. It's a blessing. Blessing turned lesson. And I'm thankful for my God for showing it to me. And for me, not me going out Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and I was supposed to leave Thursday morning. So tired I couldn't leave on Thursday morning. Lesson learned. So I don't read the Bible, but I did buy this book. And I said, when I end this, I have my blazer and I was going to wear my Converses, but I have on my silver shiny shoes because I said that'd be more impactful. So I said, I don't read the Bible, but people do. People, this is your religion. I respect it and I want to learn it, you know? So this is what I'll do. I don't know if y'all can see this